In the news today, the acting chairman Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ FCT) Council, Mr. Patrick Osadebamwe, has pledged to continue with the policies of the former chairman Emmanuel Ogbeche, who has just been appointed as Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Cross River State. Mr. Patrick made the pledge when members of the Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association (FCT) branch paid him a courtesy visit to congratulate with him his elevation to the acting NUJ FCT Council in Abuja. While receiving the guests, Mr. Osadebamwe said it was during Mr. Ogbeche's era that the NUJ Secretariat was completed and he would continue from where he stopped to ensure that his policies are maintained. And he said he will consider it a priority, the staff welfare and training, to ensure journalists remain relevant in the fast-changing world.
I am today Chairman of Council by virtue of natural transition occurrence. My former principal was elevated in a good way that we want, and so I have myself now on the saddle. It's principally running with the vision with which we started. There may be a difference in approach to doing the same thing. For instance, we've had a dream of having this place completed. And so the two-story building will work on that when the time left. We have also a dream of having the hall behind completed. And that hall will also be done. That very setting will be completed before the tenure of this, the life of this administration that I'm also serving out. So be assured that the standard will remain. Members will continue to have the retraining, and welfare, as it is the principal objective of the union, will also be upheld. And so the standard will not in any way be less.
The former senior advisor in charge of project monitoring and enforcement to the former FCT administration of Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, Mr. Atta Iharu, who is also an alumni to the Auchi Polytechnic, said the visit has afforded the association with an opportunity to identify with Mr. Patrick and to encourage him to continue with the good work the council has been doing, while also saying the issues related to welfare and training of journalists should not be taken for granted.
It's a wonderful visit. I attended the Auchi Polytechnic, NDHND, and it's a very wonderful place where we are groomed in mass communication. The NUJ chairman as well, even the overall president of Abuja alumni was part of the masscom team from the Auchi Polytechnic. So coming to see one of our own being elevated, occasioned by the other elevation of the Chief Press Secretary to the current Cross River State Governor, we are happy about it. We are coming to showcase our fraternity. You could see many of us here from our Auchi Polytechnic. Many of us in the media profession here attended that school, and we are very proud. As a school that men we are trained, and great men in the broadcast community. The media overall environment had most of his persons have been trained from that school.
Okay. What will you expect him to do going forward?
No, I expect him, one, to move on with the legacy of our comrade Emmanuel Ogbeche, Emmanuel, now the CPS. He has done so well. I expect him to bind them together, all the persons that were with him, the secretary, the finance secretary, all the team, bind them together going forward here, and also build going forward on the interests and welfare of the entire journalist in the FCT. Work with them, look at their interests, ensure that media owners don't exploit the journalists in the feed, ensure that journalists who work within the context of fairness, objectivity, and balance are protected from those who may not enjoy or like their story, to ensure that journalists are trained and retrained not to go outside the ethics of our noble and most coveted profession, to ensure that journalists understand and key into contemporary journalism that involves the social media and other evolving technology going forward. I think it's
no, while we have noted the work that his team, formerly led by Comrade Emmanuel Ogbeche, the work they have done, if you look at the environment, you see everything is in order, how they came to stabilize the association, how they brought order, how they make the association to people to not like the association. We have also said that the work is not fully done. He has to step forward, he has to step up, he has to do more. And we have charged him, if you listen to my speech, that apart from the social aspect of the association, he has to ensure that all those things that bedeviled the association in the past are not allowed to come back. And also, some of the ills that we now notice in the media space in Nigeria, he has to also work. For instance, we talk about the phenomenon of fake news. We also talked about fake practitioners, those who go about trying to impersonate journalists, that they should continue to work to bring down, to eliminate them, if not, but to curb them to the barest minimum.
Mohammed Jinadu, Voice TV Nigeria.